Three. Welcome back, boys.
Welcome
Hello,
back.
hello.
Don't mind
Uh,
me, I'm just up here in Alaska with the Rory Borealis behind me.
at the beach. Ryan's at his house.
Fucking
So,
loser.
so I don't know.
We're
I
having
don't think
no
there's
fun over here.
I don't think there's much to talk about the Jets Texan game. We did call the Jets money line and the under. Those both smacked. And we did say Joe Mixon was going to get some yards, and that dude did crush 100 yards like he
How
has
did
the
we
last.
not? How did we not bet his over yards?
Yeah.
That cashed in like the first half.
Yeah, yeah, he was crushing it. So,
Yeah.
but let's
All I
open
gotta
it.
say is thank you, Devontae Adams, for coming back in the game and doing some business. That's all I gotta say from that.
Yeah, he cashed some bets.
Cash
So,
some bets for us.
first game, Cowboys Falcons.
I like it. I like it. Kyle, go ahead.
Um, Not really a game I really care about that much. Zeke Elliott's not playing, so they're gonna have to lean on a backup running back that's yet to play this year and Delvin Cook. And I Kirk Cousins too inconsistent with the Falcons. But I think obviously Falcons probably are gonna win because Dallas sucks.
Okay. I mean, I think the one thing here to look at for trends wise in Dallas and Atlanta's both games out of their seven games, the under has hit six times. That the over under's at 52, which is fucking ridiculously high. That is
Uh,
super high for two teams whose offense. I mean, you can say the Falcons have had the offense going a little bit, but the Cowboys really have not been. They've been putting up numbers. So if there's one bet I had to take, I would probably take the under in this game. I don't like taking unders, but this is one game I would take the under in.
I don't know,
Kyle,
boys. I'm the complete opposite.
you are.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a high scoring affair because of those defenses being so shit.
That's fair.
Uh, uh, Dexter Lawrence is back. I'm pretty sure I did not see him on the injury report. Um,
Look,
Micah Parsons is still out. I think Kirk will have a good day throwing on this Dallas defense because they have shown their weaknesses, and that's the secondary. And I mean, they got Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan out of the backfield. How are they going to guard all three of those guys? Also, Trayvon Diggs is injured, and he's questionable to play. But it also brings me to my one of my bets of the week, and that is CeeDee Lamb over 85 and a half receiving yards. The Falcons give up 215 yards a game, and Dak's line right now is at 268. Uh, you're going to expect them to throw the ball a lot because, like you guys said, you think the Falcons are probably going to win this game, like Kyle said. Also, they're not going to be able to rely on the running game. Zeke's out. They're not going to be able to rely on a backup tight or a backup running back, carrying the load. They're going to have to throw the ball, right?
yeah,
Um, Also, it brings me to my next point, which is the total is at 51 and a half. That's really fucking high. Makes me think that they're going to throw the ball, they're going to score points. Um, CD Lamb he's been him for a while now. Coming off a bye, he's literally been the best wide receiver coming off a bye last year. Started off with two touchdowns and 140 yards and 13 catches. Like, who else are they throwing the ball to? They're not going to keep throwing it to Jalen Tolbert. They're going to go for CD Lamb. Falcons secondary is also kind of banged up a little bit. I that it it it's CD's yards. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for 120 this
that's
game.
fair. He is the if there's a player to get 100 yards minimum, that's kind
It's
of him. It's kind of
it's
like Connor McDavid always getting 2 points in hockey. He's just kind of
yeah. I mean, you go to
just
your
his
guy.
line.
You go to your guy.
Don't forget Jake Ferguson.
Jake Ferguson. I
I
know.
I I like his yards too, though, Kyle. I was debating between CD Lamb and Kyle
Mm.
or Jake Ferguson because I really think that this game is going to be decided by Dallas's passing game. If they're gonna win the game, they're going to have to pass the ball and be successful at it, which I do like the Cowboys to win this game, if not cover. It's at 3, I think, 3.5. The Falcons are shit teams when they play at home and they're favorites. They're not a good team. They're not a good
Yeah.
team. And Dallas plays good on the road when they're dogs.
Yeah, all fair.
So that's where I lean that game. There's a lot, but I won't have much to say about some of these.
Yeah, next game, Dolphins Bills. Kyle,
Anybody
you
got
got
any
anything?
bets on that game?
Okay, I think the one thing that I do like about this game is Achan's receiving yards.
Oh, you motherfucker.
See, that's like the
I
one
have his
that's
rush yards.
I mean, I think you can even do the combo, the rushing and receiving
It's
yards.
it's what I did last week. It was down like
I
88, but it's at 92 this week. Yeah, go ahead.
but I think I don't know that the Bills kind of been a little bit of a hot streak, winning the last three pretty comfortably, except against the Jets. That was a close one.
Yeah.
But I just think Dolphins keep it close. Um, Probably won't touch this game, but if I had to, Achan's receiving yards is something I would look at. Also, because I just have him in fantasy. So
Dude, he
I'm,
gets the ball so much dumped off to him in the
he does.
backfield.
He does get the
Like,
ball. He gets a lot of looks. He gets a lot of, he's in almost all the snaps offensively. So he's a player. If I had to bet, he'd be that one.
yeah, he's the main back in the backfield, and when Tua's playing, he gets the ball in the air. I do
Yep.
like I do like his receiving yards, but I looked at his rush yards. He had like 96 against the Bills earlier in the year, and the Bills have given up like or what did I write down? I wrote that the Bills have given up more than 48 and a half rushing yards in 5 of the last 7 games. And that's what Achan's line is 48 and a half. So I took his over on that. It just seems a little low for him. I don't think the Dolphins will be running it very much, but he doesn't need 15, 16, 17 carries
Yeah.
to get 48 yards. But he also had 22 attempts last time against the Bills with 3/4 of Tua playing. So
Yeah, that's fair. Kyle, you got anything for this game?
I'm just curious why, like, I just went through the receiving props there on not FanDuel, DraftKings, and I didn't see Amari Cooper. I saw him for anytime touchdown, but I didn't see any receiving props for him, which
Probably don't
really
know who's-
confuses me because if I was gonna bet anybody, I think Amari Cooper would be one of the guys to bet on for receiving. For at least, I think he'll probably get at least 40 yards or so. Because he's the main guy for Josh now. Josh is actually passing the ball again. Where before earlier in the year, he was too scared to pass the ball. He would just run it. Run, run, run. And
let's see if it's on FanDuel here real quick.
because yeah, no, I can get him for anytime touchdown, but
He's
you
not
know,
on FanDuel either. It's weird.
Yeah,
yeah.
they probably haven't decided what his base will be at. But we'll go to the next game. We got the Raiders, Bengals. Kyle, Ryan.
I have another bet in this game. And that's Jamar Chase over 6.5 receptions. T. Higgins is doubtful. He's unlikely to play. So that means Jamar Chase is going to have to carry the load even more. The Bengals bounce back spot, it's right here. It was a pretty big letdown against Philly last week. Just not even really competing. They need to win this game if they have any hopes of the playoffs. If they lose to the Raiders, just call their season over.
100%.
Also, the Raiders defense on the road against number one wide receivers has given up an average of 6 to 8 receptions. And I expect Jamar Chase to hit that line because T. Higgins is out, and he's gonna show them why he's the best wide receiver in the league right now. He also hasn't really done anything the last 3 games. He his highest receiving line in the past 3 games is like 72 yards. So he's kind of due, in my opinion, to have a good game. I think he'll go for like 10 receptions, 11 receptions for like 115 yards, maybe a touchdown in there too. So
I agree.
So my one lock is Bengals -7. I just think, like Ryan said, piggyback off that. If they want their season to continue, this is a game they must win. They are 7-0 against the Raiders at home. So Raiders are shit. They
yeah,
just they're
dude,
they're
they're so
struggling.
bad.
They just got rid of Devontae Adams. Max Crosby wants to leave too, you know. He wants to. He wants to be a Lion so bad. But that's one of mine. -7 is one of my locks in my parlay. So we went on to the next game, Chargers Browns.
I
This
got
is
nothing to say about that.
it's a pretty ugly game for me. I will definitely be sticking clear of it. Will not be touching it. But if I had to, I don't see how a team who just beat the Ravens is now the underdog again um, against the Chargers, who haven't really played anyone good this year. I don't know.
I
I
think if
just
I had to
wouldn't touch this
choose,
game
I'm
anyways.
going Chargers. If I had to choose, I'm going Chargers. I mean,
Yep.
Browns hit their peak against the Ravens. It's back to being Brown stuff. So give me the
I
Chargers.
don't know, man. I don't know, man. Famous Jameis, man.
Yeah,
He
Famous
can do some
Jameis.
pretty
who
crazy
knows?
things.
That's a game I wouldn't touch. But next one is the Patriots Titans. Kyle, this is probably the ugliest game of the week. Um, Actually, it's
Yeah,
probably up there. Saints Panthers is pretty ugly too, but this is up there as one of the uglier game. But there is one thing I like about this game is Tony Pollard's rushing yards. 50 plus rushing yards. I think that it's a decent bet. I think he just runs the ball down the Patriots' throat. You could even ladder him. But that's one thing I'm gonna be looking into, looking at value. If I find a book that's got his odds juiced up, I will be slamming it. So
What's his line at?
I'm not too sure. I saw it was at like 40 earlier, which was super low.
40. That's
40.
low. Oh, it's probably because he's questionable, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Which
questionable.
if he plays, I don't think it matters. I think he's gonna go in there and
Tony Pollard's over is
it was
68.5.
at 40. Was
I,
at
I
40.
kind
So
I'm kind of looking at that Ramondre Stevenson because Titans defense couldn't stop Jahmyr Gibbs or Monty. So
yeah, that's right.
Ramondre Stevenson, I would probably do
I thought the
40
Titans had a
plus.
good defense, Kyle.
Well, they showed they didn't. They didn't show up.
Okay, that's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty ugly game. But Commanders, Giants, Kyle, start us off.
Commanders Giants. Oof. You got a great future quarterback versus shit quarterback. Shocker. My one here, I'm liking Terry McLaurin anytime touchdown. Anytime. Because they the only thing really going for the Giants is sexy Dexy, Dexter Lawrence. They're big sexy Dexy. And that's all. Their corners suck. They couldn't cover a frickin' lady in a wheelchair if they had the chance. They're mediocre.
Okay, that's
Fair.
fair. Ryan, you got anything, Ryan?
Yeah, this is another bet that I got, another
Yeah,
prop.
this is this. Okay, you go ahead.
You got a bet in this one too?
Yep.
Probably same one.
Ooh.
I'm just
Is it a receiving prop?
I have two props, two different lays in the same one. My first one is I'm taking Washington -3.5. As we were just talking, the line just changed from -3.5 to -4. ESPN literally just updated. I just saw it
Wow.
change. It's going up. I am taking that -3.5. I'm going to shop around, find the best place. But right now, it's going to be looking like DraftKings. My
You can get it
second
on
play
FanDuel.
is I'm going to take Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to take Malik Neighbors anytime touchdown. Those are the only two that I have for this game. Probably nothing else. If you're really feeling ballsy, you can parlay both of them together, but I would stay. If you want a little more juiced up, take Neighbors. If you want a safer route, take the Washington Commanders -3.5, -4. I'd still take it, but those are my two picks for this game.
I like Neighbors to score. That was not my prop, unfortunately. I was looking into it. I do think he will get in the end zone. Um, but my prop is that actually again a wide receiver prop for Wan'Dale Robinson, the wide receiver two in New York. He's lined at 36 and a half. He did not hit the line last time that the Giants played Washington,
Hmm.
but but that was very early in the season. They were just getting the flow of things, and Malik Neighbors kind of took that that role of being that guy in New York. But when Malik Neighbors was injured, Wandale took that wide receiver one role and grew his connection with Daniel Jones, and he's like got like the most receptions in the NFL right now, or something like that.
Yeah, he's got the most receptions in
Um,
the NFL. He is
his
crushing it.
his his reception line is at 5.5 right now, but his yards are at 36. So I hope they don't throw a lot of bubble screens to him. But if he does get a couple, screens, hopefully he can break one out. Also, Washington has not like a great defense because they don't really like play a very strong schedule. But they also give up like a lot of yards to wide receiver twos. I was looking at the line and wide receiver twos that they've played, and 5 out of 8, I believe 5 out of 8 of Washington's games, they've given up more than 36 and a half receiving yards to the opposing team's wide receiver two.
Mhm.
Um, Wandale Robinson, he's getting a lot of looks, so hopefully he can break one out and get 37. So it's another bet that I like.
Kyle, you got anything or no?
No.
No? Okay. Next one. I have nothing to say. I'm not even gonna.
Also, don't be surprised if the Giants win.
That's fair. That is fair.
I
Saints
do
Panthers.
like your bet, but I respect it. But I don't know. It's a weird spot for me.
That's fair. No, that is fair. Saints Panthers. I have literally nothing to say about this game. I don't. I like does not matter. Saints were the best week 1 and 2 football team of all time, and they've sucked sets. So got
They're
nothing
so
else to say.
fucking bad,
Stay
dude.
clear of this game.
So
They're so bad.
I
If you
ain't
want an
touching it.
anytime touchdown lock, I shouldn't say lock because nothing's a for sure lock. But Alvin Kamara, the Panthers can't stop opposing running backs. He's like minus 180 or something like that. Throw him in the lay. Throw him in the lay.
Broncos Ravens. I don't have anything for this game, but
Derrick
if I
Henry anytime touchdown.
Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, I do like Broncos at plus 9.5,
I do.
especially if the Ravens just kind of shit the bed against the Browns, who were 1-6 last week. That's about it. But there's not much else I would take there. There's
No,
nothing
I
guaranteed.
I do like Denver to cover as well, Trevor. I think, like you said earlier, I think the last episode that if Denver's gonna show who they think that they are, they're gonna have to go and compete with with Baltimore. It's a real test, so we'll see.
Absolutely. Okay, we're getting into prime time. Jags, Eagles. Kyle, anything?
Jags Eagles. Well, the only thing I can really think of my for sure lock in this game is Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown because whenever the Eagles get to the goal line, Saquon ain't gonna see the ball and they sure shit ain't gonna pass it. So they're just gonna do the tush push. So and Jacksonville, well, they're Jacksonville. They're the laughing stock. They're up there with the Panthers. They're at this point they might just sell the team and move to London.
Sure, Jags. London Jags. Um, Ryan, you want to go first? Want me to? Don't matter.
I don't have much on this game. I the line's at 7.5. I think Jags hang in there, and then I think Philly kind of closes it out at the end.
Yeah.
I don't really like much in that game.
Yeah, the one bet I do like is AJ Brown's receiving yards. Other than that, I would just stay clear of it. It could just be absolutely ugly. Um,
What's the line at that? It's probably like what, 73?
yeah, I think I saw it last was at 70, and if I had to take something, I would probably play it a little safer. You could probably take 60 plus at like minus 200 something and throw it in a lay just to be a leg.
Yeah.
I think he hits it easily. Next game, Bears Cardinals. I have nothing for this. I don't think it matters, but Um, if the Bears want to compete in the NFC North, I think the Bears have to win this one, especially after coming off an absolute laughing stock of loss
Yeah,
last week. Um,
that's the sole reason why I'd pick the Cardinals. They big letdown spot. They thought they were going to win the game. They didn't. Big emotional road loss. Now they're traveling across the country to go to Arizona. Give me the
yeah,
fucking Cardinals all day.
yeah. Kyle?
I that game, I'm not a big fan of it, really, to be honest. I'm just thinking that Kyler Murray will probably do Kyler Murray things, and most likely the Cardinals will probably win that game. It'll be close though. It won't be a blowout. It'll be close.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
won't be
yeah,
blowout.
yeah. It will definitely won't be a blowout. But next we have Rams Seahawks.
Ooh, this one is yeah, this one is weird.
Yeah, because
It's
Seahawks don't
weird.
have DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is for sure out. So do I think Jackson Smith is going to fill those shoes? Didn't last week, that's for sure. Um, but they got their ass kicked last week against the Bills. So they definitely need a big switch. I shouldn't say he didn't fill his shoes. He did the 69 receiving yards, but it wasn't enough to
Get the
No,
job
I
help the
done.
team.
I
They,
think I think it's a good spot for Seattle to come back and win, but is DK for sure out?
yep, DK is for sure out.
Yeah, I don't know. And Puka's questionable now. He was
Sounds
banged
like
up
he's
in
gonna play. Sounds like
practice.
he's gonna play.
He'll
I
probably play. It sounds like it's not too bad.
I talked to coach today. He told me.
I think though maybe
Um,
one thing is like Seattle over 2.5 field goals. And I think they're gonna have to start getting some
yeah,
points because they went for a fourth down a few times last game and they just didn't get any. They just didn't. They left points. They just left points. So they need to do something. It's risky. I think it's like 275, but I'm not
I
taking it.
I I think in our weekly predictions I took Seattle, but I mean I'd probably switch to the Rams if I could.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and our game of the year, Lions Packers. Kyle, start us off.
Yeah, buddy.
Lions Packers. Good old rivalry game. Game I've been
Ooh.
waiting for all year. It should be a primetime game.
It
It
should be.
should be the 8 o'clock game, but it's not. It's 4:25. Personally, my lock for this game, I put it in a parlay. David Montgomery, anytime touchdown.
I
The
like it.
last the last two times they've played, David played with the Lions against the Packers. He's got 4 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. 3 in 1 game, might we add.
In Green Bay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be rainy weather, just crap conditions. So I think it's gonna be run the ball, smash mouth, Detroit football.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have too much on it. I know Ryan's got a lot. The only thing I'm taking for this game is the under 48.5, which completes my parlay of my locks. I just think that the Packers are going to just run the ball and waste as much time as possible because if they don't, the Lions are just going to, when they get the ball on offense, they're going to get the job done and score points. So expect the Packers to control the clock. I don't think they're going to score. I still think the Lions are going to win, but I just think the under is probably the play here. Shitty
Yeah,
weather. Uh, Give me 48.5. That's a lot of points.
it is a
So
lot.
yeah, I'm taking
Yeah,
48.
I didn't know the weather would be like that until about an hour ago. So I like that under a lot. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be like raining like 100% like during that entire time, during the whole game. Um, but when I was looking at this game, I really think that the Lions are gonna go back to the pound the rock kind of football, like Kyle said, and run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. In those wet conditions, you're gonna want a guy that can hang on to the ball. I don't think Montgomery. I think Montgomery's fumbled once,
They
but he
did
got
this year. Big
he got
play.
punched. That was his first fumble in what, 2 years?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't hate on the guy, but you got to go to your old reliable with Monty in the backfield. Gibbs is going to get his. He's gonna get his opportunities, but uh, Monty's line is at 55.5. So that's my last bet is 55.5 yards for Montgomery to go over that. He's only hit it 3 out of 7 uh, this year. Last game we didn't really need him to run the ball because the Titans are that fucking bad.
Yeah.
Lions O-line's the best team in the league. Packers give up 4.3 yards per carry. And the Sonic and Knuckles, nobody's going to be able to stop that tomorrow. So I think Monty and Gibbs both get at least 60, 70 plus each.
That's fair. I like that.
I like it.
I think
I like it. Oh, look
the
at
Packers
Lord.
the Packers are going to have to play some good football tomorrow to stop the
And
Lions.
their quarterback.
Dude, everybody's
banged
got to
up.
play good
And-
football to beat the fucking Lions.
Love is also questionable. That is true.
So is Josh Jacobs.
So if those two aren't playing, I expect the line to change drastically.
I expect him to play. I don't think that they won't. I don't think the injuries are too bad though. But yeah,
Well, a groin can be,
it's lingering injuries though.
yeah,
It's
like
stuff that can lead to more.
one big sack on Love, and it could be GG good night. But
Can only
last game is Colts Vikings. I don't have anything on this game. There's a lot of games I'm just not even touching. This is one I'm probably just going to sit back and enjoy, or probably skip and just lay in bed and watch a movie with my wife. So
sounds miserable. The laying in bed with the wife part, not the rest.
Yeah. I picked
yeah.
up on it, Kyle. Don't worry.
Yeah, we understood what you said, Cal.
I said in our last podcast that I was leaning towards Vikings minus 5.5. It hasn't moved, and that'll probably be game time decision too. If I put that in, I really do think Vikings need to make a statement win because they've lost 2 in a row and after starting 5-0. So I would probably lean Vikings minus 5.5, but that's not confirmed yet.
I don't have anything. I think
I don't
Vikings are
really
going to
have
win.
anything.
I
Yeah.
think if the Vikings want to compete in the NFC North, like I said about the Bears, this is a game they must win. Colts. Colts.
Yeah, their quarterback, their former starter's lazy.
Yeah, and
Now they bring in Elite Joe, baby.
Speaking of that, like, let's just talk about this. The quarterbacks. A lot of people are saying that like the NFL has a young cube, like the NFL is struggling to develop young quarterbacks. I don't think that's the problem. I think just people are fucking lazy. Ever since these kids start getting paid millions of dollars just to go to school. Let me tell you, Ryan, you and I both played college sports. Playing soccer and doing school is really not that hard, man. You live in the fucking life. Get treated like royalty. And now these
Dude,
kids are
I
getting
wish we could go back to that.
you're getting paid to play, and not even getting like paid just a little bit. You're getting paid. I mean, some of these kids are driving Lambos.
Yeah.
I just think
Ryan,
I just
got
think these kids are
millions.
lazy.
Weren't you on the practice squad though, Ryan?
No,
Yeah, I was on the practice squad. I got called up here and there, but it is what it is. We all
It
got
is
our
what
jobs.
it is. Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude, these kids are getting paid millions of dollars, and I don't know. They got the life, man.
they do. They've got the life good. I
Some
just
of
think they
them,
get in
some
here
of them take
lazy.
it for granted.
Yeah, AR, I think he's going to be a nobody in 5 years. He'll be
He's a bust. He's a bust. He's just injury prone. He's done nothing. All he can do is throw the ball far. That's all he can do. But what the fuck good is that if you're just, I'm tired, I'm not gonna play.
He's inaccurate. He can't throw the ball. He's got a cannon, but
Yeah, he's not accurate.
he's either gonna underthrow it or overthrow him.
Yeah.
That's his problem. If he
Yep.
could learn how to control his stuff, control the ball, the accuracy, all that, and control the injuries, he's got a chance.
Yeah,
But I
and
don't think I think what will help him is sitting behind Joe Flacco and learning from a veteran quarterback because he didn't start much in college really, but he put up so many points in college, so many yards in college that moved him up in the rank. That's why he was drafted so high, was because he did good for 1 year. And then he came to Colts, and who was the guy he was supposed to learn behind? Gardner Minshew? Come on.
Yeah.
You might as well have Uncle Rico out there teaching you at that rate. Like you gotta
Well, they
have,
got Joe Flacco now.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally a guy that you can actually learn from. 40-year-old man, still doing his thing.
That's fair. So just to recap the Sunday games, my three locks. Um, Washington minus 3.5, Cincinnati minus 7 in the under. All up, it's plus 570 on DraftKings. That's the highest odds. And or you can switch out Washington minus 3.5 and add Malik Neighbors touchdown, brings it up to 695, which you can then add a boost on. I didn't add the boost because I'm gonna save that for something else. But I think right now doing the math in my head, it's around plus 850. So $10 pays out 85 bucks, or $10 pays out 57 bucks. Regardless, both are pretty safe to play. Uh,
Are you betting all yours straight though?
I will bet all my straight for a unit. So 3 units here at play, 3 units, and I'm gonna probably play this lay at point two. So $10.
Yeah.
So Kyle, what are your bets?
Recap my. Oh yeah, go
Oh
ahead, Kyle.
yeah, Kyle, we'll stay with Ryan because Ryan, I know Ryan's got a Monday Night
I
Football play.
got. Yep.
I got a Monday Night Football play too.
Oh, okay. All
My
right.
my
Well,
my lays with Monday
Kareem
Night
Hunt
Football.
anytime touchdown.
How'd you know?
Yeah, it's minus 200. So
Yeah, well, I put him in a parlay with David Montgomery and Jalen Hurts anytime,
those are your
which brought,
locks right there, right?
yeah, that brings it to 395 plus 395.
I like it. Yeah, Kareem should find the end zone, but don't be surprised if Mr. Pfizer finds the end
Mr.
zone again.
Pfizer,
I will probably be betting on Kelsey to score a touchdown again. Um,
you love him.
Pretty sure last year he went through a similar stretch where he didn't score a touchdown for weeks. And then he finally scored. And then like the next game he scored again. And then the next game he scored again. And then the next game he scored again. I don't know. I might be remembering wrong, but um yeah, I'm looking at him again this week to score. My bet, I said it in the last podcast that Chiefs minus 8.5 was my lock of probably the whole week. I think that's my favorite one. It's now at 9.5. Tampa Bay is too banged up. I'm not going to go into it much, but Tampa Bay is too banged up. It's a bad spot for Tampa Bay. So I'm laying the points.
That's fair. That is fair. I think that's fair. I also do think that's like the important thing of taking plays early and not and waiting for the same day. Last week I had Trent Irwin for a touchdown. I took it Saturday midday, and his line was plus 1,500 for an anytime touchdown. Then I got nuked to plus 500, and I cashed out for double my money. So I do think it is important to take your plays early because that line moves any farther, he's going to have an okay cash out at that point. Guaranteed money's better than no money,
Here,
boys.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
My other bets to recap were Montgomery over 55.5 rushing yards, Wan'Dale Robinson over 36.5 receiving yards, Jamar Chase over 6.5 receptions, Devon Achane over 48.5 rush yards, CD Lamb over 85.5 receiving yards.
Like it. Like it.
I love it.
Kyle, you got anything to add?
I just think this week there's so many shit games that it's just really, this week is a week that betting's gonna be hard on a lot of people
Yeah,
because
I
you
agree.
just don't know what's gonna happen. You got the teams like the Saints. Derek Carr's supposed to play, but
Hmm.
who knows how good he's really gonna look. But it's just one of those things this week. It's just there's not many games that just pop out to me. The only one that really pops out to me is going to be Detroit versus Green Bay because it's a rivalry game. They're going to play each other tough. it don't matter. There could be freaking all. They could be playing all backups, and the game's gonna be, I would say, somewhat close.
Okay,
It's gonna
that's
be a
fair.
high scoring game.
That's
Kyle,
fair.
even in these tough times of betting on a shit slate, us as bettors trying to make money, we gotta find the good bets in all. Excuse me, we gotta find all the good bets in all those bad games.
Yes, I agree.
Amen on that, brother. So,
Because we don't ever stop working.
nope.
Gotta find these locks.
Gotta find these locks. See if we can win more locks for y'all. We are 6-0 in locks. So
That is crazy.
6-0. So, all right, boys.
We got a fact check.
Don't need to fact check. Watch the vids.
Watch our vids, people. Nobody
Yeah.
Yeah,
watches them.
literally.
So, all right, this is going up on YouTube. So, all right,
Brian
boys.
said he'll do anything for the top comment.
Yeah, we have yet to get a
Hey,
comment
I
yet.
said that last week about Kelsey, and that shit smacked. Okay.
Yeah, well, Brian said he'll do anything, and
If
I mean
if
anything
I-
the top comment says. He says he'll even sell his girlfriend, his fiance, to you for one
Yeah,
night.
yeah, good one. You almost had me right there. If I had to pick my bet to hit,
2 minutes.
and I would do whatever the top comment says if it doesn't hit, is probably the Chiefs minus 8.5. I think it's just a fucking terrible spot for Tampa Bay, so that would be mine.
I'm gonna go under 48.5 Lions game.
That's your you would do whatever top comment says. Lock. Kyle, what's your favorite? What's your pistol to your brain? What's your favorite
Pistol
bet?
to my brain. I'm gonna say I will go with
Kareem Hunt, Jalen Hurts, David Montgomery.
I would say probably David Montgomery anytime touchdown. If he doesn't get it, I'll do whatever top comment says.
That's fair.
I
Alright,
love
so
it.
Lions game.
Also, the reason I love it, I'll say be real quick. It's like minus 120. Minus 120.
Solid
Yeah.
odds. Juice.
That's pretty good for Monty.
All right, boys. Run out of time. We'll talk to you.
Alrighty.
We'll see you next week.